Well, g'day Flatties and Globe Defenders, it's Critical Thing from Down Under. Now, FEPE has tried to prove the flat earth, but as in all these cases with every flat earther, he's botched several things. So the very first thing that he's botched there, is the height of Mount Franklin Wilderness Lookout. It's not 376 metres. The next thing he's botched is he's misidentified his target. He's not looking at Bluff Knoll at all. And he can't even work out what the curve calculators are telling him. First of all, the top of Bluff Knoll, if you could see it, that is, should be not 750 metres. I'll show you all these things in a little while. And certainly not 1.6 kilometres, according to Mick West. So he's completely misidentified the target, got all his heights wrong, and so really, that last statement doesn't prove a thing. Let's get into it. First of all, he's gone and done Walter Bisland's calculator there. Good job, but wonderful to see that he's using it, but there's no refraction. They always say there's no refraction. Why don't flat earthers have to breathe? I don't know, they've certainly got one over the breatharians. They don't need air. So let's do it properly. The other thing to notice there, even though it says the drop from eye level is 750 metres, that's not actually the same thing as the drop from eye level to the top of the target. It's just getting a little bit confused there. Let's put some atmospheric refraction in, standard refraction. I mean, we do breathe the air. It's out there. Let's have a look at this. The top of the target has dropped 1.38 kilometres. The target is 1,100 metres roughly. So it's dropped about 280 metres. And the observer is 325. So that's about 600 metres, 605 metres. That the top of the target has dropped below eye level according to the globe. Now Mick West's calculator gives pretty much the same result if you take refraction into account. There's a 1.38 kilometre drop, so all the numbers are the same. They don't give two different results. It's just that one takes account target height and the other one doesn't. So they are both giving the same result. So let's just dismiss that they give different result thing. Now here's the picture he's given. This is what he has taken as a proof of flat earth. So let's analyse this properly. He's thinking now that eye level is where that line is. I've drawn a little bit of a red line over the top of the yellow line to make it stand out a little bit. So his assertion is that eye level on a globe should not be there, that it should be above those mountains. And but of course he thinks that there is Bluff Knoll. So he's misidentified his target, and so he's made a big boo-boo. Now, Bluff Knoll is 143 kilometres away. I took a look at this and I thought, it doesn't look like it's 143 kilometres away. How could that be 143 kilometres away? For a starter, you'd have a lot of trouble seeing that far, and that's not even zoomed in there. You'd need to zoom in a lot. But anyway, how did FEPE identify that as 143 kilometres away and Bluff Knoll? I don't know, but I know where he got his picture from. He got it from Google. So he probably didn't even visit the place himself. So anyway, I had to work out what this mountain was. Certainly wasn't Bluff Knoll. and it's a little bit difficult. There's the actual lookout there. It's not on top of the mountain, and there's a zoomed in shot, and you can see that doesn't look like Bluff Knoll. In fact, it has a striking resemblance there to FEPE's face, I'd say. But anyway, here is the Google. Somebody's got a 360 there. Now you can see that this area, this is what finally allowed me to find out where this place was, because there's a bit of a rock face there, and you can see out in that direction. So it took me ages to find this, but I eventually did find it, and then I found it on Google Earth. You can see this here, this is it on Google Earth. You can see the walkway, and there's the platform, and there's the rock face. So now that I found it on Google Earth, there I could work out where it was. And now here's where FEPE thinks it is, and that's the direction of Bluff Knoll. But if you're down here, you can see you can't even look in that direction because of the rock face there, and this is the direction that he's looking out. So we might pop over to Google Earth. And there we are. So we zoom out. You can see how 143 kilometres is a long way. But he's only looking at, that picture is looking at this place here, which is only about 14 kilometres away, not very far at all. And there's the picture, same mountain. And this mountain is Mount Rowe. And to further identify it, there it is, it's in Mount Rowe National Park. That's the same mountain. So that was a lot of work to find. That was very difficult to find, actually. But I knew that couldn't be Bluff Knoll. Now also, if we look at Peak Finder, we can look at where Peak Finder thinks that the eye level should be on a globe. And there, it's right there in pretty much the same place that FEPE drew his line. So, you know, globe confirmed, really. Now, it's only 13.7 kilometres away or thereabouts, so we're not going to try and quibble about the difference between flat and globe here, because the mountains there actually obscure where the horizon is, so we can't tell really where the horizon is. And so that would be the biggest difference between flat and globe. But there's only 16 metre drop thereabouts, so it's too difficult to determine that accurately with this picture here. So we won't worry about that. All we got to worry about is the globe's confirmed right there. No problem with the globe. So there is no drop. Well, we're looking at the wrong mountain anyway, so we would only expect 16 metres. So it's not even Bluff Knoll. Okay? And so we don't have to claim that Bluff Knoll rises by approximately 1,300 metres, because that's not Bluff Knoll. And yes, refraction is king, but you've got to understand that the kind of refraction that a flat Earth needs to eliminate the curve is impossible. As I've shown in another video, you need a lapse rate of, about 190 degrees per kilometre. That's degrees centigrade, and that's impossible. So yes, as far as the globe is concerned, refraction is king. And this is just complete bollocks. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. I'd like a bit of support in terms of a like and subscribe, and we'll see you again for some more flat busting episodes.